currently only getting to do Mara drum for bass to help Dana then. Every time I sing the song, Mara drum comes into my mind. Mara drum, some of you may not know her, some of the younger people. But the woman who lived in this community, she died, she was murdered 30 years ago by loyalists as she lay in hospital. But she came from a generation before Bernadette and the rest of us came along and suddenly things started to move here. She came from a generation where the struggle was to keep the flame alive from one generation to another, and of course it played our part in starting the current views of things. So this song always reminds me of people who are struggling against, in the dark days, without much support, visible, and maybe when we think of her and what has happened since and the movement advance that has taken place, maybe the song also refers to the struggles internationally, and maybe different struggles are different phases. So maybe we'll sing it as well for the people in Palestine and in Lebanon at the moment who are going through particularly bad times. I wouldn't hear your music and they tore your things down. I wouldn't read your writing and they banned you from the town. But I couldn't stop you dreaming and the victory you won. They sowed the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons, in your daughters and your sons, in your daughters and your sons. They sowed the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons. I don't know your religion, but one day I heard you pray for a world where everyone is free and children they can play. And though you never got to see the fruits of what we won, you sowed the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons, in your daughters and your sons, in your daughters and your sons. You sowed the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons. Well, they tortured you in Beirut and they tortured you in Spain, and in the Warsaw ghettos where they tied you up in chains. In Vietnam and Belfast where they came with tanks and guns. You sowed the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons, in your daughters and your sons, in your daughters and your sons. You sowed the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons. Now our music's playing and the writing's on the wall. And all the dreams you've painted have been seen by one and all. And the bright new day is dawning, and our future's just begun. For you sow the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons, in your daughters and your sons, in your daughters and your sons. You sow the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons.